Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again with another vicious Wuthering Waves drama. Except this time, it's a drama filled with misinformation. I don't know why I said except, because pretty much every single drama regarding this game is filled with misinformation. But here's the situation that's unfolding over here. There have been some claims, there have been some very aggressive posts tailored to Kuro Games, focused on the idea that this artwork over here is showing Denia and Sigrika in a bit of a romantic encounter, as they might say. Apparently, it got DMCA claimed by Kuro Games. Just look at this post by good old Solvius over here. Apparently, Kuro Games copyright striked a fan art because it showed two characters in a romantic way without involving the MC. A game made for incels by incels, I guess. Crying emoji and then two peace signs. Yeah, sounds kind of rough, right? Especially when you've got the original post over here, right? With the teacher Sigrika, could you teach me more about... Yeah, you see it's a little... Yeah, it's got a suggestive caption as well. And the media is currently not displayed. The image has been removed in response to a report from the copyright holder. And so, right, this is where it gets really interesting. Copyright holder, right? And so, there's been some investigations, there's been some discovery done. And it actually turns out this entire situation, ladies and gentlemen, it's entirely fabricated. It's not real. This is somebody going ahead, and the entire community is rallying around this idea that Kuro Games is the one that did this. They're actually being framed live in front of us. And so, what gets even worse over here is that you can kind of see this response. Regarding that tweet, I don't trust a single thing that comes out of these companies' mouths. The only way I'm deleting that tweet is if the artists themselves ask me to delete it for some reason. And basically, right, they're getting exposed as like somebody that's kind of just up here, that is essentially just trying to shit on Wuthering Waves. They're trying to defend themselves, right? But it's kind of clear from this response that's exactly what they're doing. Because, guys, there's been a bit of a, here are just some additional posts over here that kind of are detailing what's going on. Somebody is definitely abusing the DMCA report system. And guess what, guys? It's been confirmed by Kuro Games themselves that that's what happened. Reached out to Kuro about this, and they confirmed that no copyright notice was made about this art. This is just a bad actor abusing the DMCA system, just as we thought. Oh no, somebody abusing the strike system to take down content that they don't like? Couldn't imagine where they might have gotten the inspiration from. Let's read this. Dear Rover, we have received your feedback. Regarding the removal of the post you mentioned, we would like to clarify that this was not a result of any copyright report filed by our official team, nor have we taken any such action. We always welcome and encourage fans to create compliant and creative fan-made content. Please understand that all content reviews and removal decisions are conducted by the platform in accordance with its independent policies. Thank you for continuing, just blah, 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 all of that. So, yeah, Johnny is the guy that wrote that over here, and it appears that Johnny's story from Kuro Games seems to coincide with what literally the artists themselves have said. Yes, we've got Pong over here. Remember, Pong is the same person that made this original post that got claimed. Let's read what they said. The DMCA takedown was not initiated by the company. I am unable to provide further details. Please don't use the artwork for AI training. And remember, guys, this is the original artwork. So, they have just provided proof from both Kuro Games and the actual artists themselves who would know who filed the DMCA claim, and they've both confirmed it wasn't Kuro. Ladies and gentlemen, do you see what's going on over here? Wuthering Waves is under a vicious level of attack, where any bit of negative possible news will go ahead and get farmed into infinity and beyond, with absolutely no mercy, no thought, and of course, no research actually done by the Hoyosho part of the population. It's kind of clear what's going on over here, right? You can't make this shit up, son. Copyright striking someone doing free promotion for the game. It's kind of clear what's happening, right? Was this a false claim filed by a Hoyoverse player? Maybe. Was this a false claim filed by an actual incel Wuthering Waves player? Maybe. We don't actually know, because this is the situation that's going on over here. The person involved is not able to provide further details. And the reason why they're probably not providing further details is very simple. Because in order to resolve a false DMCA claim, which this 99.999% probably is, the only way to do this, ladies and gentlemen, is to go ahead and file a counter notification. And believe me, I've got plenty of experience understanding and knowing exactly what you need to do when it comes to filing counter notifications. When you file a counter notification, it's a little bit rough. Let me just show you an example of what it looks like from, let me just look up Twitter counter notifications, actually. Yeah, the Twitter one. DMCA counter notice. All right, let's see over here. I'm gonna take a screenshot, actually, so I can show you guys. Take a look at this. This is the form. Help with intellectual property issues. I need to submit a counter notice for a DMCA notification. Full name, street address, city, state or province, postal code, and country. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, to resolve one of these, when you receive a false one, you have to dox yourself. That is how the system works. When you receive a false copyright claim and you're trying to resolve it, one of your options, and the main one suggested, is to dox yourself. The only other alternative, right, is to go ahead and do this. You hire a fucking lawyer to send it on your behalf. And guess what? I've had to file a fair number of counter notifications because I've received a proven false copyright claim. Yes, you might remember some of this situation that has showed up on my stream before, where I had one of the most popular videos on my channel, top 10 mistakes new players make in 2025, right? This video over here, 323k views, blah, 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 all of that. Video unavailable because this is due to a copyright claim by this motherfucker named Joaquim. This bitch isn't even real. They were impersonating somebody to file a false claim on my video. And guess what, guys? We got it resolved. We got it taken care of. Because, as you can clearly see over here, the video is up. The video is also, you know, still getting some views because it is like an absolute banger. The information in it is still relevant. The video's back up. So, yeah, that's how it works. You either dox yourself and give somebody, obviously, a malicious party because they're filing false copyright claims in the first place. You either give this malicious person your full contact information or you hire a lawyer to get it settled. And guess what, guys? What are you going to do when it's not like a video and it's like a fucking piece of artwork? Probably not pursue this process because it's either doxing yourself or it's incredibly expensive to hire a legal team or just a lawyer in the first place, a legal professional, to deal with this shit. So it's a very, very, very common strategy used by some of the most malicious people in not just like the content creation or like the gacha space, but just in like the internet as a whole to silence individuals, silence critique, and of course, try to make somebody's life a little bit more difficult because you don't like the stuff that they're making. Yeah, it's a bit of an interesting situation, isn't it? And does the Solvius guy delete his post? Let's see over here. Let's see over here. Where is it? Oh, got him. Oh, got him. Is his account still there? Ah, his account is still there. Oh, it looks like the motherfucker folded. Folded like a bag. Hey, but I thought we was being so tough. Oh, we was being so tough though. Why ain't we tough no more? Ooh. Yeah, I don't trust anything that these companies say, especially the evil ones like Kuro Games. Very, very, very evil individuals over there. Guys, do you see the mindset of these absolute freaks that populate platforms like this? They go ahead and they decide to just fabricate the most insane narratives. Talk about it like it's fact, and when they're caught, they just say, no, I'm good. No, I'm not gonna delete it. No, I'm good. Guys, what the fuck is even going on over here? Because it's so clear. This is just abuse. It's been abuse. And it's absolutely disgusting that narratives like this are able to spread so far. Look, we have people theory crafting. Oh, a nice Zenless Zone Zero profile picture where it's like they're pretending to be Japanese. Bro, how much of a loser do you have to be to pretend to be Japanese? Higashiyama 0214. This illustration might have been reported because it circulated in China. It gained so much traction and looked so polished that many suspected Kuro sponsored it. Kuro may have reported it to X themselves just to prove they weren't involved. Hey guys, you want to take a look at something? You guys want to take a look at something that Kuro actually did sponsor? This gay-ass animation between Augusta and Galbraith. This shit is gay as hell. This is one of the gayest things I've ever seen. This is super gay. And guess where this was? This was in a fan creation event that Kuro sponsored. Like, let me just look it up. Let me just look it up so I can show you. Huh. This is on the official Wuthering Waves YouTube page. And if you just like look over here, what do we see? Oh, we got that fight scene. We got this fight scene over here. Super gay, bro. Imagine that these guys, these non-Wuthering Waves players, these Hoyoverse game players are just rewriting history when this shit debuted only 2 months ago. It only debuted 2 fucking months ago. But we're just gonna make shit up like this. Because of course, we gotta say woo-wah bad, Hoyo good, in any way possible. Oh! And guess what's happening? We've got CN creators going wild farming this. This makes me think that this was actually a coordinated effort, ladies and gentlemen. I now genuinely actually believe this was done by Hoyo shills in an attempt to drive this whole woo-wah's full of incels narrative. Woo-wah hates all of these ships narratives, whatever. When you're getting the exact fucking opposite from the devs themselves when they sponsor shit like this and they're paying people to make content like this. I think that this whole reporting process, blah, 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 all of that, the obviously false DMCA claims, and of course, the immediate accusations towards Kuro Games, it was a coordinated effort from multiple communities to go ahead and paint that negative image. I just don't understand one thing. Why would Hoyo shills do this? It's very, very, very simple. Because then they can say woo-wah is the incel game. You do realize that, right? It's so that they can say that woo-wah is the incel-only game. It's a clear setup by somebody out there who doesn't have very, very good intentions. And the unfortunate part is, guys, the community's running with it. You see the community in EN is running with it. And you can see, right, you've also got the community over in good old China running with it as well. What an absolute shit show. And when you know that this post over here that thankfully got nuked was at like 7,000 likes and all of that, wasn't it clear that Hoyoverse players were simply celebrating at the opportunity to try to shit on the game again? And isn't it just awesome that we get to do another massive expose on the absolute stupidity surrounding this player base? Because a couple of things are super clear, ladies and gentlemen. Wuthering Waves is the best gacha game. Nothing else even comes close. Enfield 1.1 is the biggest pile of steaming dog shit I think anyone in the gacha space has ever seen. Bro, do you know where the views of this shit are at right now? Good God. Woo-wah 3.2 and other games actually came... Bro, holy moly. Look at this. Bro, look at this garbage, man. Jesus Christ. It's not surprising because there's nothing to do in the fucking game. Even with their view bots, they can't get no fucking views on it because people just playing the game is literally torture. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that at this point. Playing this game feels like a fucking job, except you're not getting paid. HSR is a piece of shit. HSR is garbage. ZZZ, garbage. Genshin, garbage. Just propped up by its sunk cost player base. And so naturally, the communities will latch onto any possible thing to paint the game in a negative light because they can't actually paint the game itself in a negative light because it's the best one out there. It's unfortunate. It's unreal, but it's the truth. And hopefully, the explanations that we've given today, ladies and gentlemen, the proof that we've given today has explained why this situation is so fucking absurd. Let me know what you all thought about this one, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, you know, recognize what the root cause of this whole situation was. Peace out.